Hello dear readers, we feel proud to see that you have taken your interest in the contents of this book Dharmarth Vastvik Satya. This new topic gives you the real meaning of rin of our life and their importance for nature. After the chapter is over, you will be benefited more about your culture and the rituals of your life given by your ancestors.
मानव जीवन के 5 ऋण.
Payment of debts, the abode of salvation for man. In very ancient times, the sages in India were especially trying for the development of civilization. He formed 4 disciplines. These 4 laws are actually prevalent at present in the form of knowledge, yoga, perception and service. Knowledge means truth, yoga means connection with truth. Perception means real understanding of truth, and service means real use of truth. In order to achieve these 4 disciplines in true sense and to make life pleasant, 5 loans were formed. These 5 loans are Dev loan, Pitra loan, Guru loan, Public loan and Bhoot loan. For the payment of these 5 loans, writings of different types of legislation are found in the scriptures. These 5 are given a special place in whatever religious activities or rituals we perform. When we think about doing charity, we do charity by thinking about one of these in particular. In the Vedic period, a law was made to use these 5 loans by making 5 parts of food. These 5 parts were originally named as cow, crow, vulture, dog, and others. We will discuss about these 5 further, but first of all we have to know how these 5 laws determine our life. We often hear that our nature manifests every creation with the help of the 5 elements. These 5 elements are prevalent in the form of earth, water, air, fire and sky. If you try to add these 5 elements to your food loans, you must use a method. First of all, the earth element, which is divided into 2 levels. First above the earth and second in the womb of the earth. Earth, which we also call the courtyard of motherhood, the child present in her womb sprouts and takes birth to see this beauty. But in the initial stage he gets life in the womb of his mother. If seen from the physical method, there exists a strange world inside the earth, which is defined by the scriptures in the name of Hades. According to the scriptures, basically the energy of ghosts and demoniac tendencies resides in Hades. When we talk about Bhoot debt, we are basically trying to discharge the obligations that the energies in the nether world do to strengthen our lives. There is a great cooperation of the energies present in the underworld to make arrangements for food and pure water in our lives. If we demand anything from nature, it takes us out of its womb and provides it in some form or the other. Ghost loans can actually be disbursed through a process. For this, we should try to eradicate the hunger of excessive animal world. In Indian Sanatan civilization, food was arranged after every religious ritual. According to this system, food was provided to more and more people, and blessings were received from them. When the food was distributed, his feet were also divided. These 5 parts were originally kept for the living beings, keeping in mind the 5 elements. They were directly or indirectly related to 5 types of elements. Along with these, the same food was also distributed in the same form for the 5 main dimensions. We will definitely discuss this further. Bhoot loan is considered best for providing pleasant feeling to every person's family. If the loan is used in the right sense, that is, if charity is given, then life gets a lot of happiness. The next place in this series is known as public debt. In the ancient scriptures, basically the trend of 3 worlds and their doors has been explained. Heaven, earth, and Hades come in the number of 3 worlds. The one element with which the whole universe is run is basically called Brahma element. Brahma Tattva can enter our life through 7 types of doors. These 7 gates are basically placed in the category of 7 subtle chakras in our physical body. In the Vedic scriptures, there is a hint about drinking nectar from heaven. Nectar is basically that level of water in which it is not only clean but also completely pure. To obtain the purest state of water, the churning of the ocean was done, in which the gods accepted the urn of nectar and entrusted the responsibility of distributing it to the 7 sages. This nectar enters the life of every human being drop by drop every moment. Its entrance is the skull of the human body. If we go to a Shiva temple, we find a copper pot placed over the shivling there. There is a small hole in the center of the base of this kalash, from which water keeps falling drop by drop on the top of the shivling every moment. Copper is the best conductor of electricity and also does a special job of providing coolness to water. Shivling is such a source of energy which always keeps on spreading heat in every direction with its best vibrations. That wave of heat starts mixing in the air due to the falling of water drop by drop. Because symbolically when water is poured on the fire, it evaporates. The amount of evaporation from which drop depends on the environment and maintenance of that temple. In the present modern age, the approach to see and understand each and every sacramental method has become vindictive. That's why the one who understands it, defines it in the same way. Basically, keeping these things in mind, the provision of public debt has been kept, in which service in the form of water is provided so that more and more people can quench their thirst. To do this, natural and artificial sources of water are specially constructed at various places. In ancient times, according to their economic capacity, they used to build wells or reservoirs. Cleaning of rivers is considered a special factor in this link. In the modern era, we also see water pots or water collection sources at some places. Those who have got the gesture of PYU in mobile language. It becomes clear from this that if we do service in the form of water, then we become free from public debt. But we should also know that there is a huge world hidden inside our physical body which has its own potential and specialty. Most of us must have heard different words conscious, subconscious etc. in the context of mind. We will definitely discuss about each of these, but now let's understand in summary. Conscious state is called when we are giving a direction to each and every action of ours in our daily routine. That is, the mind which we need the most for the work we do every day. We use the same as this. Many types of organs are available in our physical body like heart, lungs, liver, chest etc. The part of the mind which is used to use all these pratyangas can be called its conscious state. Basically this stage works on many levels. We will analyze it in detail in our respective chapter. Through the conscious mind, our brain takes care of all its partners in the form of pratyang and also makes possible supply for their demand. Each part of the physical body also reserves a place for itself which is called the subconscious state. For example, the energy required by the heart for the functioning of the body is imprinted on the subconscious mind. This information is conveyed to the brain by the conscious mind and the brain passes it on to our conscious state. After this, our intellectual level tries to supply the potential energy according to the capacity of its maturity. Like we take food when we are hungry during the day. They take water when they are thirsty. We consume air every moment. All these actions are the medium for the energy to enter from the outer nature of our physical body to the inner nature. When the energies reach the potential region, that region increases its potential by acquiring the potential energy. Our subconscious mind always informs us through signals in a subtle state. It means that in which area the inner nature of the physical body is obstructing its communication with the outer nature. For this, the information sent to the brain by our subconscious mind appears in the form of thoughts. Most of the time, we are not able to read these thoughts in our waking state. When we sleep at night, the thoughts that appear in the form of dreams are actually signals sent by the subconscious mind. We are only required to understand each idea through its element alone. When we understand each element and its quality, then we do not have difficulty in understanding dreams. As you keep moving forward, things will automatically appear in front of you. After public loan, it becomes necessary for us to understand Guru loan. Guru means the guide to create balance from darkness to light and from light to darkness. Guru is such a person who always selflessly shares the knowledge available with him with the society. Actually, 3 words play an important role in our life: Bhiksha, Diksha, and food. It is absolutely necessary to always prove these 3 useful. All these 3 are forms of energy coming from one person to another. Among these 3, initiation is considered to be the best. Kabir Ji has written a very beautiful couplet on this, whose lines are as follows: Guru Govind do Kade, Kake Lagan Pay. Balahari Guru Apni Govind Dio Malaya. That is, the place of Guru is considered higher than that of God. Whenever we get Diksha, i.e. knowledge from any Guru, then after that we have to offer our best to him in the form of Guru Dakshina. If we see today's modern era, then the main source of knowledge has become the internet. The way the internet provides us information on various facts and strengthens our intellectual level. It becomes clear that a guru reveals light in our lives in this way. If seen in the form of planets, then the Department of Complete Information, making communication useful, presents it to us. The main source of communication in human life is his mind. The main function of operating the mind is done by the moon. The moon is basically considered to be a windy planet because its position is placed in the northwest. From this it can be concluded that Guru Dan, i.e. Guru Dakshina, refers to the air element. Jupiter is considered to be the main source of knowledge in our solar system. Guru Brihaspati sits at 2 places at our residence. First on the northeast side and second in the center point. This meaning emerges from both of these. The air element is mainly considered to be the ruler of 3 directions. Whenever we get education through any medium, which works to make our personal life light, then we have to give the best donation with full respect to that source. By doing this we become free from Guru Dan or debt. Guru loan. If obstructed by both the Guru and the disciple, then the concentration and memory power of the person starts decreasing. That's why in our scriptures it is considered the best of all loans. There is a popular line for the Guru: without a Guru, knowledge is incomplete. Some intellectuals also say here that we cannot achieve progress without a Guru. So if you have accepted anyone as your Guru, then only your devotion towards him can reduce this debt. Apart from this, implementing the guidance provided by the Guru in one's life is considered a huge pillar of Guru Dakshina. If education becomes business in the society, then in such a situation the justification of Guru Dakshina ends. Because if a student will buy education, he will also sell it further. Education means Saraswati, buying and selling means Lakshmi. Very beautiful lines have been written for this in Ramcharitra Manas by Goswami Ji. If we worship Saraswati Ji, then Lakshmi herself enters our door and also presents her 7 types of symptoms. These 7 gates are mainly awakened through 7 planets and 7 sages. For example, someone gets money by digging the land, which is called Gada Dan. Secondly, Someone receives money from service. Wealth through third business. Fourth, wealth received from the blessings of ancestors. Fifth, the money received from gambling or betting. Money earned by selling the sixth addictive substance. Money received in Guru Dakshina by donating the seventh education. The seventh source itself is also called the wealth of alms. In other words, when we worship Saraswati, then in such a situation, Saraswati also gives us the door of wealth according to our ability and intelligence skills. If the source of blessings of both Mother Saraswati and Lakshmi is found in the level of our spiritual practice, then only we get the money in the form of Diksha received by the Guru. That's why Guru loan is considered paramount. If for some reason we are not able to give Guru Dakshina, then in such a situation we should selflessly use the education provided by the Guru in the service of the society. If our penance and meditation become intense, then in such a situation, we also get full blessings of Ma Lakshmi. Most of the people work a lot in their life but they do not get money according to their hard work. The main reason for this is due to non-payment of the fourth loan. Pitra loan is such a loan in our life which signifies the happiness, peace and progress of our family. Almost every family is currently going through some or the other crisis. One or the other member of the family is troubled by some or the other obstacle that most of them start crying for their fate. Pitra loan indicates a direction where we have to get the information that our ancestors should live in their world with peace of mind. First of all, we have to understand Pitra loan. Each family is like a tree, with each branch being a part of the family. The root of the tree basically indicates the ancestors and the trunk of the tree represents the head of the family. The head is compared to the trunk of a tree. For this he has to pay attention to many things. There is a law of nature that every event starts and ends here. Between this beginning and end, nature appears in different forms, which we all can see with our open eyes. But, if we want to know all those areas from where our eyes receive light in the form of vision, then for this special support of our ancestors is necessary. Between these two we get such a period through which we can make ourselves as light as we want. But in the middle of this period, temptation in the form of nature also works to distract us from the path of our goal. Our mind is especially the platform on which the ocean of thoughts is churned. Whatever cycle of events takes place between the beginning and the last moment of life, it gets collected here in the form of information. The environment in which we are born provides us with the initial equation of information. In the family in which we find shelter as a physical body, we are nurtured in three ways. First, we get protection in the form of food, water, and other facilities every day. Second is the field of thoughts which our mother, father, guardian and guru provide to us through different methods. The third field basically always helps us in an invisible form. This area is more powerful and energetic than the first two areas. In such a situation, it becomes absolutely necessary for us to understand and know that third area. This third area actually points directly to our ancestors or forefathers. Nature makes a special arrangement in every family. According to the rules of this system, we keep collecting energy from the universe every moment and also store it. This is the reason why we people use a residence. This abode, which is called Vastu in the language of scriptures, is very important for our human civilization. If we look at any other animal except human beings, we see a huge difference. Every creation of nature, which includes the plant world, animals, birds, creatures, and humans. In this, only human is such a platform which does not get a tail-like organ. This tail actually reveals the association of the creation with the Creator. Here Prakriti is indicated as the creator, and the concerned living entity is indicated as the creation. Man is the only creature that has not received it. A human being is connected to this universe before his physical birth, when he is in the womb of his mother, through nadis. This nadi is basically considered to be the connection of humans with the universe through his mother. After birth, a human has to reawaken the universe from the place of his navel. At the place of residence, the Brahma place, i.e. the middle of the house, is used for this. According to the rules of Vastu Shastra, it is absolutely necessary to have a courtyard in the middle of the house at every residence. But if this courtyard area does not contact the sky, that is, a roof is made at this place, then in such a situation the direct contact of the residence with the universe is broken. Our ancestors play an important role for us. Pitra alone has been prescribed for cooperation in this direction. In different civilizations, special rules have been laid down to get rid of this debt. In Sanatani civilization, Pitra Paksha has been specifically fixed for 15 days, which is also known as Shraddha Paksha. In these 15 days we have to do all the work which is prescribed according to the rules, especially for our ancestors. Apart from this, its main responsibility has been given to Shani Dev. Every year, when the sun reaches the western side, visiting the northern side, it comes in contact with the planet Saturn for some period. That moment is especially celebrated as Makar Sankranti. Capricorn basically works to handle the bone structure of our body. The full capacity of a man's spinal cord, which is very important for his every field of work, is determined by Saturn. The 7 subtle chakras in the body reside at different places in this spinal cord of ours. If we remember our ancestors, especially on Saturdays and Amavasyas, it gives us freedom from the obstacle called Pitra Dosh and also reveals Pitra debt. Apart from this, in every family and society, a special goddess, i.e. energy, is honored in the form of Mother, who is worshipped as the goddess of that family or clan. Every day when we do worship lessons, etc., in such a situation, we worship all other deities as much as possible. But the responsibility of conveying our prayers to each deity or deity rests with the Kuldevi. For this, first of all, we should remember our Kuldevi only, so that we can dedicate Pitra alone to our ancestors on behalf of the family, and the main purpose of our prayer also reaches the concerned deity. All our ancestors are important to us, but with some ancestors their last wish is not fulfilled, because of which they have to suffer even after leaving life. If we talk about birth chart, then if Sun gets afflicted by Rahu, then it indicates Pitra Dosh. If these two equations are added, then it becomes necessary for us to keep our attitude to get rid of the debt of ancestors, whose blessings we want to receive specially. On the other hand, if our life is going on happily, then even in such a situation, we should especially express our gratitude to the ancestors. In every situation, we should follow those rules by which we can get rid of this debt. For the family to get happiness, prosperity and joy, every person in the family should always express their gratitude towards their ancestors. There is another simple method for this, in which we should especially express thanks to our Kuldevi and ancestors while taking food. We should always keep one thing in our mind, that the main reason for Pitra's debt is up to the sky and its owner is Shani. Shani, with the help of his two allies Rahu and Ketu, bestows prosperity and salvation in a person's life. That's why special care should be taken of Shani Dev. Ketu is considered the factor of salvation. According to the attainment of salvation, if a person wishes, he can take his soul to visit different people. Dev Lone mainly works to connect our life with the universe. Offering this loan is the easiest. If we have regularly included the first 4 loans in our offering, then the debt to God easily comes in the offering. In order to specially offer this loan, one should show respect towards the special deities in every family. In our scriptures, every god is considered to be the master of one or the other element. Our first 4 loans basically refer to the elements. Therefore, on the one hand, where we are freed from our debts. On the other hand, by giving special thanks to the 5 elements, by donating etc., we can become free from service. But in order to get rid of God's debt easily, the provision of regular yajna or haven has been prescribed in the scriptures. It is considered best to get it done at our place of residence, but if possible, once every month, or once in 3 months, according to devotion, on the full moon day. Apart from this, many auspicious times keep coming. In these, by performing Navagraha Shanti Yagya, by offering food to Brahmins or best sages, one gets freedom from God's debt. To be free from all these debts is a way to lead human life towards excellence. In our next chapter, we will think about the general public living in the modern lifestyle. We will know what and why his brain thinks for charity. You are requested to include the rules mentioned in this chapter in your life. By doing this, nature will help you to benefit in every way. Thank you so much for listening this chapter till end. We put our sincere gratitude for your support and patiently listen to this topic. If you feel that this book is valuable for you, then you can also get the e-copy of this book just by clicking the link in description and fill out the form. Thank you, and we will meet in the next chapter of topic.
आधुनिक जीवन शैली एवं धर्मार्थ।